Hi friend, well it's time to announce the long overdue 2016 Scratchbuilding contest by Experimental Airlines. So the goal of the Scratchbuilding contest is weird, technological, and futuristic. So I want you to build the weirdest, craziest, most innovative plane that you can, and the only requirements are that it include at least one section of folded foam board Armin Wing and one section of folded fuselage tube. Anything beyond that is totally up to you. It can be twin, single, multi-engine in any configuration, pusher, tractor, it can be have booms or multiple fuselages, use alternative energy sources, high lift devices, some alternative control surfaces, anything you can come up with. The weirder the better, the more innovative the better. And of course we'd like to see your design in great detail so that the rest of us can learn from it and incorporate any of the good ideas into our own builds. As always, the prize is kindly sponsored by TapePlanet.com, formerly TapeBrothers.com, $100 store credit towards the variety of tapes and other products that they have. Two of my favorites are, of course, the colored carton sealing tape, or packing tape as we call it. This is under $4 a roll for 110 yards. That's good for covering at least 10 surfaces of ready board foam board, so you can get a heck of a lot of tape for 100 bucks. Another favorite to finish up edges, to treat areas subject to abuse, and to provide some aesthetic effect is this outdoor vinyl tape that they sell. It's also about $4, although the length is a lot shorter because it's much thicker. Comes with a paper backing, it's easy to peel off. So this is a great opportunity for you to build something really creative and stock up on some excellent tape. I'm also going to throw in as a prize this Spektrum DX7 radio. Yes, it's a little bit antiquated, but this is in practically brand new condition. My very first radio was one just like this, but it's in perfect condition, and for certain flyers who use Spektrum type receivers, this may be a great addition. So I'll offer the tape prize or the radio to the first prize winner, and the second prize will get the other accordingly. And we may have some more contest prize sponsors come on board too, who knows. So there are only 4 rules to constructing your weird, wacky, futuristic airplane. One is it must have an electric motor. The source of that electric power can come from a battery or solar or a nuclear reactor or whatever your choice. Number 2, it should have at least one section of folded foam board wing, a la the Armin Wing. And the type of foam board isn't important. It can be ready board, Depron, or whatever you have available. It needs to have one section of folded fuselage tube made of foam board as well. And it must be demonstrated to make at least 2 takeoffs and 2 landings. So to enter the contest, there'll be 2 ways, and they're both by video. One is if you're coming to Flight Fest, go ahead and bring your plane, and on July 15th we'll all fly our WTF planes, get some video of it, and that will be the basis of the judging, and I'll enlist several of my friends in the community to be judges in the contest to determine the winners. And if you cannot make it to Flight Fest, go ahead and take a video of your plane as extensively as you can on the ground, explain the features, describe how you accomplished the WTF concept. So the plane making its 2 takeoffs and 2 landings, and as much flying around as you can too, because we all love that. And then send me an email at the address you see on your screen, experimentalairlines@gmail.com, with a link to the video. And I'll compile those into a judging compilation, so to speak, that I'll post so that everybody can see all of the entries right after July 15th. And then within a week after that, we'll have a couple winners. The contest will run from the date of the posting of this video to July 15th, and that happens to be in the middle of Flight Fest. And if you happen to build a plane for the contest and you come to Flight Fest, what better place to showcase it than there? So that the sky there is full of scratch builds of all types and shapes, but what better way to catch attention than to fly something really crazy above the crowd? So I'm looking forward to doing that myself. And let me show you a couple of the designs I've been working on. Here's my partly completed WTF plane. It has a 90-inch wingspan. It is 45 inches long and has twin independent power pods, each of which equipped with an 1100 kV 2826 motor. And each of these pods will hold up to 10 amp hours of battery power. So one 5 amp hour battery in the front for proper balance, and one directly under the center of gravity for additional amp hours if needed. And these are not connected by any wire junction through that wing. You'll also notice something else conspicuously absent from the wing, and that is the big experiment with this particular airplane. Each of these 8mm carbon fiber booms is attached to the pod right there, and will bear a servo wire going back to the elevons there. The vertical stabilizers are fixed, and this is all detachable from one another. Here is a highly experimental plane I've been building that hopefully will take advantage of the principle of boundary layer control, or super circulation. It has a 50-inch wingspan and is equipped with a blowing system which blows air out of these small holes beneath this clear diverter that blows the air back along the surface of the upper wing. That air is ducted to the holes through this forward portion of the wing cross section, which is ducted to the center, which I'll show you in a moment. These of course will be capped at the end, but the air will blow through here, out through the holes, and be directed back and cling to the upper surface of the wing. And the idea being that this wing will be very resistant to a stall and will fly at a higher angle of attack. Also, the concept while flying at high angle of attack is that the upper surface of the aileron will receive a fresh flow of air on the upper surface and provide more reaction from the ailerons and stability and roll. And whatever portion of that air is blown from the middle root of the wing, so the ailerons and the flaps are of equal length, will be blown over the upper surface of the wing, and through the Coanda effect will follow this surface down and provide some actual additional lift from the flaps, in addition to the obvious lift that occurs from the pressurized air in the lower surface of the flap. The pressurized air for the blowing system comes from the 64 millimeter EDF. So the airflow goes in the EDF when it's activated through the fuselage duct, up through the root of the wing here where it's diverted to the right and the left wings respectively, and then out through the blowing system. So there you have it. After a long hiatus, I apologize for that, but 2016 Scratch Building Contest, the WTF plane. Make it as weird, as technological and futuristic as you can. Happy building, safe flying, and we'll see you around.